What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Before I get into the subject matter at hand, I first like to thank one of my subscribers, Jason, for his donation to the channel. Thank you, Jason, for your donation, man. I really appreciate it. And to anyone else who's listening to this video that also wishes to show love to Too Raw for TV, I will put a link in the description box where you can do so. Um, I was looking at Undisputed earlier today, a segment where Skip and Shannon were talking about Kawhi Leonard apparent leg injury. Um, and I wasn't exactly sure what was wrong with with his leg. I thought maybe it was ankle or something like that, or his you know calf or something. Um, you know, I was listening to what Shannon had to say. Shannon, even though I think he's either playing it up for TV or he's just downright delusional when it comes to LeBron James. I thought that when it came to this issue, he was reasonable and fair. He believed that, first of all, no one knows what's going on with Kawhi Leonard except for Kawhi Leonard. And that's true. Um, I would divulge some personal information, but you can't do that, on YouTube. And I'm seeing that because even though I look at most of you guys as my friends, well, social media friends, there are people who are listening to this video who are pieces of shit and scum, um, maggots, weirdos who use information that you say and weaponize it. They weaponize it and use it against you even years later. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really go into too much detail about say this, Nobody knows what's going on in the person's body except for that person. And if you're on the outside looking in, you can misinterpret that person's actions, and you don't know whether the person has a physical issue or an ailment or disease, whatever. Um, but I gotta say this too about Skip Bayless, man. This whole situation, he, I know Skip Bayless was a couple years ago accused of being a racist. I don't have any evidence to support that, but I do notice that there are some people who are not even gonna make it all about race totally, but I do notice that people tend to sometimes question whether a black person, in particular a black man, is injured or hurting or whether he's playing it up. It's like the big strong buck syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a big strong, healthy fellow. You're a big strong strapping young man. You know, uh, 40 years ago, you're a big strong buck. You can handle it. You can handle this job here. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shit, to be honest with you, some of us even believe it to an extent. Some of us don't even go to the doctor. I don't need no goddamn motherfucking doctor. Shit, doctor gonna do nothing, put that poison in me. Shit, I'm a big strong man. So it's like some of us believe that shit ourselves. Like you know. But look, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on with Kawhi Leonard, man. I know Skip was making up, scenarios where he was talking to this imaginary Spurs doctor who at first said that he thinks that it's all psychosomatic and all in Kawhi's head, and then he was told by the powers to be to lie to Skip and then say that, well, it could be some type of slight inflammation and tendinosis, or but I don't, look, I think that whatever was going on with Kawhi with the Spurs apparently was something with his thigh, right? And probably there's something still going on with his thigh. Okay, it's probably going to be a chronic issue that's going to affect him perhaps for the rest of his career. That's probably why they did the load management strategy this year. Um, and I kind of I said something about this in a video. I think it was just last week. I said, you got to think about the fact that this guy only played 60 games, I think, this year. He only played 60 games. Now, Yeah, I think I saw that they said that the most games he played in a row this season was 9. So here we're on the playoffs, and it's been well more than 9. I'm just guessing off the top of my head what this is what 15, uh, roughly 15 or 16 playoff games. So yeah, now he's pushed past that. And he's playing a lot more minutes. Uh, he plays the toughest defensive matchup out there. Yeah, this is possibly why his body might start caving out on him a little bit, and that's starting to happen. All right, but I do think that there's something wrong with his leg. Now, Skip was talking about he looked fine, dunking and all. No, he doesn't. Did you see him dunk? He had the same elevation that Michael Jordan had when he was playing with the Wizards when he could dunk, which is, he was barely dunking it. He had no lift, no lift. Like I don't get it with Skip, man. His biases are disgusting, man. Okay, the guy left the Spurs organization. All right, fine. You didn't like the way he left. Be a fucking professional and stop calling this dude number 2. Okay, you're so fucking biased, man. It's ridiculous. I used to couldn't stand this guy when he I don't watch Undisputed as much as I used to. I don't really particularly like Skip Bayless. I used to hate him when he used to hate on LeBron. I mean, it was irrational hatred toward LeBron James. Like he hated on this guy so badly, and now it's like he found someone else he didn't like. Like I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, I'm wondering like, did this guy whistle at his wife or something, or more? It's insane. But yeah, it's just simply you look at it and it's just probably related to the issue that he had with the Spurs. It's something wrong with his body, and that's probably why he shut it down his last year with the Spurs organization, missing 73 games. All right, it's probably something that he's intimated with the Raptors organization. And Nick Nurse probably knows about it. And then I think Skip said something about, well, why doesn't Nick Nurse go out and say something? Why would you say that? And the enemy, which is the Bucks, can use that as a weapon. You know, if he's injured, they're going to go at him more defensively, force that injury to get even worse. Of course, they're going to lie and say there's nothing wrong with him. What the fuck is wrong with Skip? And another thing that gets me about Skip Bayless is he always talk about, well, I would know. I was sitting courtside when Ali fought Frazier. Oh, I would know. I was sitting blah blah blah. Or I was sitting when Isaiah had that great performance. I was there. Okay, so were a lot of celebrities. That don't mean they're fucking experts. You know, I don't know, man. But he just rubs me the wrong way with the way he comes at people, man. And then he has his obvious biases. Talking about Manu Ginobili's a top 5 all time player, and I mean, just spreading this nonsense, man. It's just ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard seems to me to be a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he has a weird demeanor or a weird personality. He doesn't have the greatest media friendly personality, but the guy can flat out play. All right. But I don't get it. It's something there, man. You have Skip Bayless don't like him. You got uh Colin Cowherd that doesn't like his game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether it's the cornrows. I don't know what it is, man. But it's something about a guy like Kawhi Leonard that they don't particularly like. And it's not just the game. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then they wouldn't have liked, what Kawhi's like basically what? They don't like him because he doesn't pass. He doesn't pass the ball. He doesn't pass enough. So 3 plus assists per game is not enough. You know what I'm saying? So that means you didn't like Glenn Rice. He didn't pass a lot. You know what I'm saying? You didn't like Dominique Wilkins. You know what I'm saying? Like I just that's why I just think that's weak, man. There's something more to it than he doesn't pass the ball. He doesn't make his teammates better and all this nonsense. You know. So I don't know, man. But you guys, tell me what you guys think, man, about this issue, man. I think Skip is out of it, man.